So in Panama, it's pretty much just like a run through the entire level and like kill enemies, and then at the end we'll do a cool glitch to skip like running across the entire building, pretty much. Good, I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it skips running back to the start of the mission, just so you can do like a little just check on the computer.
Yeah, which then like completes the mission basically, and you just have to get to the end. This level is is this the boring, like the most least action-filled level? I'd say after this level we get to do a glitch. Well, we can do it in this one, but it's not faster, which lets you pretty much go invincible and invisible, and you can just go around and bop every enemy, and but we don't use it in this one, like I said, because it's slower. But yeah, it's still a pretty cool mission. You just run around and do stuff.
So what we're doing at these doors is we're hacking them. The way that hacking works is it gives you a list of 4 numbers and like randomly selecting like a giant list, and you have to click the ones that light up. But since the game actually just kind of sifts through all the numbers, and so you can actually mash on the hacking thing, and you will eventually get the correct like combination of numbers. But if you mess up, you lose health, and you also get an alert usually. We don't do it here because we need a good amount of health for later in the mission. But sometimes you can get good enough luck in certain situations with the invisible and invulnerability glitch. You can just mash it out and not have to worry about losing any health.
So just so to note, this game can sometimes be unstable, but playing on LAN would like 90% fix most of the things. A lot of the like unstableness comes from the Ubisoft servers and just not being supported very well for this game. Also, so I just jumped off the ledge there. If you jump off and like roll, you can obviously roll. But if you just fall off the edge, then you take damage and you like can't move. You get kind of like shocked, I guess. Oh yeah, here's the part where I got shot.
He accidentally got in my line of sight for my sticky shocker, and I accidentally owned him.
So usually here we don't usually get an alert, like we just kind of messed up because he accidentally shot me, but
generally we get here with around like 1 or 2 level on the alarm.
It doesn't matter though for the most part, but it's usually safer to have less alarms in the system. Alright, and here in a sec we're gonna do like the first, I guess, major glitch, I guess, in the game, and it's literally just gonna involve me jumping on top of Mini, and this happens, you just fall, don't take damage.
With this you can technically survive any fall height in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like, you could die, but there's no height in the game, I guess, that would kill you from that, so that's good.
Now the way this game works with ending missions is that only one player has to be present for the mission to end. So that's why we're able to do this strat where I go off like really far away and complete the final objective while he goes to the end of the mission.
Also, I almost got caught here. That guy was like right there. Yeah, one weird thing about the co-op is that you have to like manually go back to the menu and switch the mission for some reason. Like there's no continue, you just have to go back and select the level. So yeah, this is the first mission where we'll be using the body stasis or invincibility glitch, where like, yeah, I guess we'll talk about it when it comes up, but it's pretty good.
It's faster to break locks than actually pick them.
Oh yeah, that's it. So to activate this, we're going to use I'm going to use the keypad here and mash the aiming button, middle mouse button for me. And this is going to happen, your like model just gets stuck there, and it'll kind of move when you move, but other than that you're basically just a floating camera and you can walk around and go hit people. It also looks pretty funny, as you can see. Especially when you're doing co-op actions and stuff, you just kind of jump off nothing.
Toss up nothing, yeah.
Or climb up nothing. Gonna jump off this giant edge here, which you normally die off of, obviously. And bop these guys, and then again there's another co-op thing here, and it's kind of buggy. You have to like turn your camera and just mash space until you see the thing pop up in the top right. And usually when you detonate the charge here, if you're like visible and play a person, the explosion will go off and it will kill you if you were standing near it, but since you're in this like stupid state, nothing happens, but it completes the objective, so it doesn't matter.
Also, he actually cannot initiate this. He can only complete it. He can't actually start raising me up.
And if you can, it's like super dumb, and you have to be in like a very specific spot.
Also, the aggression that enemies have and the protection they have is based on how many alarms you get. So for the most part, in a lot of missions, we're just rushing through, so we get a decent amount of alarms. So he has to do most of the like enemy takedowns, I guess.
Yeah. You can just do whatever, and no one can hit you. Also, we're looking right now, but it might be possible to skip this section here and like somehow jump through that window, but we haven't found anything yet. But that one to save. Oh, another weird effect of this and whatever glitch is that sometimes you just literally can't open doors. Like that one right there, I had to reactivate like I don't even know what to call it, like trigger to let you open a door or whatever. It just like sometimes doesn't work. Also, if I was to pick up Zhang right there and bring him to the end area, it wouldn't end the mission until I drop him, because his body actually goes all the way back to my model, back in like the beginning of the level or whatever. So it's faster for him to just get it and whatever.
In addition, he also can't open the bottom fire escape door.
Oh yeah, that's okay. No apparent reason. I don't know why.
So right up here, we're going to do the same glitch that we did in Panama, where one person is going to jump off of a very high surface and not take any damage from the fall.
That can be done anywhere. It's not just like with the first mission. It was like you had to jump over a railing or whatever, but like that's not like a specific thing. That's just what it is. You can do it on any ledge at all. So this guy can be really trolly. Like 99% of the time, I should have died right there, but didn't shoot me, I guess, like, enough. The guards in this game, for the most part, yeah, they're supposed to be, like, based on how many alarms you have, their aggression and whatever, but sometimes they just do whatever they want, and they can one-shot you if they want, or they can stand there.
Sometimes they'll like shoot you a bunch of times and you'll take like no damage. Sometimes they'll shoot you one time, instantly kill you. And sometimes they'll shoot you a lot and like miss you completely. Their accuracy is very weird.
We'll be doing the invincibility thing again. We're doing it in every mission. Yeah, every mission. It can only be done on certain things though, so like, you can do it on keypads, retinal scanners, I'm not sure if you can hack keypads and do it. You probably can. There's like 2 confirmed things we've tested, I guess.
You can also do it on locked doors.
Oh yeah, and the locked doors, yeah. So like 3 or 4 things you can do it on. Also, yeah, this happened. Like, you can kind of get stuck in the doors sometimes. I don't think, but it can actually like completely soft lock the level if you are like unlucky, I guess. I don't know why that happens, but it's very weird. Totally forgot where I was going here.
Now, like right here, he could have mashed out this hacking thing, but because it's a keypad and he'd have to scroll down, it would be a little slow, and we also don't want to have too many alarms when we get around this point.
Interesting thing though is that like enemies still hear you. Guess makes sense. And right now we're going to go get like chimpanzee blood or something. And we like for some reason in this run we like got the wrong one or something, and we're not even sure what the cause of that is, but you'll see us come here and then go somewhere and then have to come all the way back because the game is good.
Sometimes you only have to take O and B, and sometimes you have to take all three, but it's random who has to pick up which one.
Oh, so yeah. We have to go all the way back, unfortunately. This was pretty much the like one really bad thing with this run, I think. Watching this back, I can't believe how much time that loses.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and then there's the actual puzzle part where you're supposed to like coordinate with the other person and like find the right one and then like drain it at the same time or whatever. But you just like mash through it pretty much and like it always works.
Yeah, we just hold right and we just mash spacebar and then we get it. So.
Yeah, so since I'm invincible, whatever, I just mashed through this one, but I got really unlucky, so it took a while. And this guy here in this room, or this hallway or whatever, is really troll. Like, he'll sometimes just one-shot you, like just randomly. And then this part is kind of weird. Like, there's a enemy over there, and you pretty much have to kill him or else he'll 100% kill you. But he's really slow and it's just weird. He moves in weird ways sometimes. And plus, after we kill him, we have to do this hangover sequence, which is really annoying for me because I have to get in just the right spot. Like, it's even more ridiculous than the one in Soul. Like, I just got really lucky there. Sometimes that won't show up for like a minute. It's really dumb.
Yeah, how fast we got that was like pretty crazy.
I don't even think
like,
I can initiate
shocked.
that either.
Yeah, you can't. This is actually the reason why we don't use this invisibility and vulnerability glitch in Panama is because if you try to do the hangover at like to unlock the keypad, it doesn't work.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If there's like a death barrier or whatever, you just insta die, it doesn't matter what. If your model's there, it's just like not based off that, I guess.
You also just can't, like, if the other player's invisible, you just can't initiate the hangover.
Oh yeah, the
in that little vent.
Yeah. Dude, this guy was too low, I couldn't hit him. And I don't have to necessarily bop that guy, but there's like a pretty good chance if I don't hit him that he'll like come out here and stuff. And this puzzle's really easy, you just go upright and then bring it down. That's pretty much it.
For that one as well, there's supposed to be a timing thing, but we actually just mash down in space and then it cuts itself. Since it's not timed, we can just mash it out.
And for here, he's just gonna pull me up. And then I'm not gonna wait for him because the end of the mission is literally right here, so we're gonna end it. And the guards up here, luckily, I guess, it's not really like a good thing or a bad thing, I don't think, but they are deaf or something. I think they do not hear anything. Walk right by all of them, they don't hear anything. Camera here. Again, we're gonna do the falling from any height thing. This one is weird because if you fall in the wrong direction, you'll land on like a platform, and you usually can't survive the fall from the platform, or the like holes, whatever, sticking out of the wall there. So to get around it, you have to look at them. For whatever reason, like, looking at it makes you go a different direction. And if you look forward towards the hole or whatever, you go towards it. Towards the thingy.
Yeah, if you land on top of those, like, holes jutting out from the wall, if you fall off, sometimes you'll survive, and sometimes you'll die. We don't know why you can, like, survive it, and sometimes you can't.
Then we're gonna do the invincibility thing.
So right here we're about to do some bomb defusing, and this is essentially the same, like, quote-unquote mini game from the other timed events. We basically just mash right and space, and we cut both wires to disable the bomb. The time you get to disable the bomb will get shorter as you go, like, from bomb to bomb. So for the last bomb, we do a quick save just so that we don't game over and have to restart the mission.
This room also went like super fast. I guess shooting this guy is like really good. So you don't have to climb the ladder. And like climbing ladders or climbing pretty much anything in this game is yeah, so this door, you can sometimes the like, if a button or like an action is dimmed out, that means you can't do it. So like while you're breaking a lock, usually it's supposed to be dimmed out, so you can't like break it again while you're breaking it. But that door, like, for some reason just sometimes doesn't do that, and you can continuously break the lock. So it's kind of funny. You just break it 3 times. Or as many times, I guess.
Also, when you load a quick save, for some reason you lose control of your character for like around a second, and you can't really do anything. So when we try to quick save, or when we have to quick save, we try to make sure that it's during like an animation of some sort.
Bashing doors compared to opening doors, I have no clue what's faster. It's just fun to bash them sometimes. So. Here, I'm going to, since I'm invisible and they can't see me, I'm just gonna slowly walk up to this phone and bug it. Usually you have to do a co-op thing and get on top of it, and then you have to do a hangover thing, yeah. Bug it, so that actually saves quite a bit of time, because like, hangover things, And now we wait for an hour. I guess this is worth mentioning, but yeah, if you just do the throwing co-op thing, and you just like spam your mouse left and right and just move really fast, you can't actually like use it to get thrown into like an incorrect place or whatever, like out of bounds or something stupid. It just like turns your model for some reason, but you don't actually go that way. Kind of bizarre. I don't even know how that works. So we're gonna knock out everyone here, and then kill that guy. If you kill this guy too early, you'll mission over, so you just have to wait for Lambert to stop talking. The guards in this, like, corridors, I guess, are really bad. This guy got him out for, like, the first time ever. But usually they just sit there, and if you run by, they don't attack you for, like, fighting.
Coming up is a room where, in normal play, one player is supposed to inject himself with an antidote, and then come inside this room and, like, you know, kill a contaminated soldier. But because he's invisible and invulnerable, he can go in here without the game realizing he's not protected. So it's faster for me to inject myself and follow him in here. And yeah.
For some reason, those soldiers, like, see me, but somehow, but they don't actually hit you, so it doesn't matter. So, for the start of this mission, you're supposed to do a rappel down the side of this building without going, like, lights or something like that. There's like lights, and if you go in them you get an instant 4 alarm, and that's mission over. But we found that you can just jump like that and you avoid it.
Also, while someone is opening a door, if you bump into them, like, if you just like tap their back, it cancels the animation of them opening the door and lets you proceed through.
Yeah, the elevator door is not closing. That's not us. That's just the elevator door is not closing for no reason. They're just. Speaking of elevators, they're really dumb, and sometimes if you jump in them while they're going down, you'll die. Doing that.
Sometimes you'll just take a small amount of damage, and other times you will just die. What I'm doing right there is hacking a computer so I can unlock that door.
So, in a sec here, he's going to go on the ladder, not this one, but like the ladder going down the vent, and I'm going to walk over him and fall down and deactivate this like weird invisible state by just dying. And then we need to do this because unfortunately there are vents later in the level, and you can't, or yeah, not vent, like a crawl space, and you cannot go through the crawl spaces when you're in that state. So like there's absolutely no getting around that right now, as of right now.
You can get in them, but you can't actually get out, and it ends up soft locking the game.
As soon as you get out of the range, there's a certain range where it'll say like crawl out, but as soon as you go in the middle of it or whatever, it just, yeah, there's no more get that to come up again. Also, luckily, you can't kill anybody in this mission, so you have to knock them all out. And luckily, sticky shockers don't kill, and neither do airflow rounds. So you get a bunch in this mission. I'll be using all of them. Oh, actually, speaking of sticky shockers, they are not affected by like a gun swing or whatever. Like the sticky shocker goes wherever you're like pointing the gun. Basically, like it goes right in the center of where you're aiming, and bullets have like a weird pattern, I guess. Like they spray, obviously, but sticky shockers do not. Like they don't. If you're moving around and you sticky shocker someone, it goes right in the middle. There's nothing stupid to that.
Airfoil rounds are affected by gravity, so they actually will drop depending on how far your shot is.
This is one of the guards that can... I don't think he's ever one-shot anybody, any of us, but he's definitely, like, killed us in 1 or 2 shots before. Unfortunately, you can't skip these hacking sections. You have to deactivate the metal detectors, or else you get a rank 4 alarm, and the mission's over.
So we do another quick save there because the next coming, this room and the next room are very is a high risk of dying by these enemies. So we do a quick save there so that if we do die, we don't get have to redo the mission entirely.
And we just, whoever has the lowest health here will go up, because the next room up here, yeah, there's a pretty high risk.
We've tried numerous things to get this room to work. The one that that we use here seems to be like the best one.
Also, or I figured out, or I tried anyway, this run, smoke grenading myself so that they couldn't see me as well, which I think worked, or they were just being dumb. I'm not. Yeah, see here the airflow rounds that are affected by gravity. I think I missed one. Oh, that one is. Alright, that saves 3 minutes. Let me climb up here. It actually doesn't, by the way. I almost hit the yeah, so if you hit those lasers, it's game over. It's pretty, like, there's not that much risk if you just slowly.
And that's the last bomb diffusion in the run.
Oh, yeah. The last mission is the dumbest one in the game, and it's pretty much the only real hard, I guess, mission. It's not really hard, it's just like there's just one room that's really bad. We got really lucky though this run, so it won't even look that bad, but trust me, it is.
Yeah, this room, sometimes they'll, like, kill you instantly. We don't know, well, we know why. It's just, like, the room is horribly inconsistent. And there's no real way to make it consistent.
Yeah, the only real way to do that is, like, to, I guess, like, just shoot everybody. But that also requires you to aim, and aiming is also kind of inconsistent. Jump here. A couple seconds. Again, there's the falling from any height kind of thing. Just skips repelling.
And it also skipped having to make the other player go through a room with like 5 guards.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Fun fact, if you try and activate the invincibility glitch through hacking this computer, I'm pretty sure it's just this computer only. The game like soft locks or something, you just get stuck on the hacking screen forever.
Also right here, I made a mistake and I forgot to turn around and grab the edge so I can pull him up.
I'll grab a heal here, and he has to come back to, so I can, like, repel him or whatever. He just gets health there. The health there is pretty much 100% required, like, I guess it's technically not, but it's pretty much required or else. We do a quick save here, because this is the room right here that is really the only like trouble part of the run. I guess like it's really hard. Funny too, because they actually like they got kind of alerted. They were like cautious, but he's gonna throw a sticky camera and use the sound and to distract them, and then just barely make this jump. It's like just barely possible. To jump at just like the very edge of that. Normally you're supposed to throw your teammate. Yeah, you're supposed to throw your teammate across and then stop a fan in the room, and then you have to do. So yeah. And here, he accidentally missed me or something. We're not really sure what happened, but
Yeah, we're supposed to get the invisibility and vulnerability glitch here, but for some reason, but we got crazy lucky for the rest of the run, so it actually didn't matter.
yeah.
What we're about to do here are backup strats. Well, these were the original strats when we didn't know you could get the glitch off of the retinal scanners. So, but this is, I guess, now a backup strat.
It would technically be faster to just drop down and try and hit him, but since the enemies in this game are like pretty weird and they can sometimes just wouldn't have been very safe, I guess. And at this point we just wanted to finish the run because we actually got a really good one past the... It's not really...
Yeah, it's pretty much a generator.
And let me just... Another elevator. This elevator, for some reason, doesn't like to move for like 10 seconds. And you can't force the door closed. I think you can anyway. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of quick saves also. Also this shot. Did you see that? Look at that. I was so upset. Yeah, we're gonna be quick saving a bunch at the very end here, because we just...
Yeah, because without the invisibility and invincibility glitch, this section is really scary because we're at 4 alarm and they can pretty much kill us like in one hit.
This whole level, like, or the last part of the level, this is like the most ridiculous, like hardest part of the game. But when we found that you could do the glitch off the retinal scanner, this part, yeah, became way easier. So we had to do the stupid way. Which sucks, but we did it, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, like 2 more. That's a lot.
No, the final one is when I toss you over the edge, over the wall. That's the final one.
Yeah, I'm just hiding right here because there's a scientist in this room who has a pistol. That guy right there. His pistol does a lot of damage to you. I think he would insta-kill me right now.
Yeah, he would have instant-killed you. Yeah. And he's also scary accurate. Like, he'll pretty much one-shot you every time.
there's a turret here, and it can hit you when you run across, but it's never killed me. It's like done a little bit of damage, but it's not. And I'm gonna throw a smoke grenade over here, just for safeness, I guess, really. Here's the last quick save. Oh no, he saw me too. The reason I shot him is because if you get to this mission complete screen here and he kills you during the mission complete, that will end the mission and you won't complete it. So, that will kill off.